Hi everyone, my name is Kevin and I've got my little man today, Thomas, my son, and we've also got the Revolution Flex Stroller by Bob. We're going to talk about what we like about this stroller, what we don't like so much about this stroller, and at the very end we're going to do something a little unique. Thomas, my little man here, he's either going to give a thumbs up, meaning he recommends this stroller, or he's going to give a thumbs down, meaning that he doesn't recommend this stroller, and he would recommend keep looking at other brands. So stick around and find out what the little man thinks about the Revolution Flex Stroller by Bob. I've been conferring here with Thomas and he's been telling me about all the things that he likes about this stroller. So let's jump into it. Some of the things that I like about the stroller is you see this thing is massive. These wheels could handle any type of terrain. You know, last week I brought it on a short hike up in the Sandia Mountains and this thing handled any type of rocks or bumps just fine. Another thing Thomas told me that he really likes, I'm going to point it out, Thomas, right down here, you have suspension. So anytime you hit a bump in a path, or if you're going on, say, a mile hike, this thing will handle any bumps that you throw at it. Additionally, what I really like about this stroller is you have lots and lots of storage room. So I have this storage packed down here. You have storage within on the sides of the seat. And there's also some storage in back here. You could also hook up a diaper bag on the back of this stroller. So you have tons and tons of storage. I like to call this the SUV of strollers because you have so much space. It could handle both smooth terrain and also rough terrain. And one additional thing that I really like about this stroller is when you're jogging with it, you want to make sure that you have lots of stability. And what you could do here is with the front wheel, I could go ahead and lock this into place. So there I could lock the wheel, and so that way when I'm jogging, I make sure I have a nice stable path that the stroller is going on. So there's really lots to like about this stroller, and Thomas has told me lots of good things. But, you know, Thomas is really, he's a fair critic. And there are also some things that he doesn't like so much about this stroller. So why don't we jump in next to the things that we don't like. So there's a lot to like about this stroller, but there's also a lot to dislike about the stroller. So I've been mentioning that this thing handles trails in an excellent way, but because of its size, it's also a disadvantage. Now, here's how you fold the stroller up. You push this handlebar, you throw this forward, you push these in, and then you can fold it up. There it is, all folded up. When I pick it up, this thing's about 30 pounds heavy, and now it's not too bad, but my wife doesn't even want to touch it and try to put it into the car because it's so hefty. So although the size can be a benefit when you're hitting the trail and you're going running, the portability of it, especially getting it in and out of your car, really comes into question just because of the size and the heft of this thing. Another thing I dislike about the stroller is the canopy. Now the canopy is very nice because it extends very far down. It really gives good sun protection. But one of the things I've noticed happens with this canopy, as you hit bumps, as you're walking around, what'll happen is sometimes it'll come back there or it'll come back there. And the problem is when the canopy does that, especially if it's, let's say it falls back that way, you're not getting the full shade protection that the little one wants. And Thomas has told me he doesn't really like that much when the sun hits his eyes. One of the most frustrating things is if you get a flat tire, and I've gotten a flat tire with my stroller before. I don't know what happened, but I was at the farthest point away from home, and then I noticed that the stroller started curving off to the left. Well, it turned out I had a flat tire. Just like with the bike, what I had to do is I had to take the rubber off, put a new inner tube in, and then put the rubber back on top. Now, it's not that complicated. At the end of the day, it cost me about $10 to get a new inner tube, but you can get flats with this stroller. If you go to the bike store and you want them to replace it for you, you're probably looking at about $20, $25 if you include the inner tube and labor for it. So it's a little bit of an annoyance, but this stroller can get flat tired. The last thing that I'm going to mention is this stroller is pricey. Now we're looking at about $450 on Amazon to pick up this stroller. Now, if you have a tight budget, that's a lot of money for something for your child. So that's also one other downside. So we've gone over the things that we like about the stroller. We've also talked about things that we don't like about this stroller. So all in all, you have your pros, you have your cons. What does Thomas recommend? What do you think, Thomas? Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Oh, that looks like a thumbs up. Just like with any product, you're gonna have your downsides, but in this case, the upsides are overwhelmingly more so than the downsides. And so Thomas would recommend the stroller, but I kind of question his decision though, because in terms of the bulk, well, he doesn't have to put the stroller away into the car. That's something Dad does. In terms of the price, this little guy didn't have to pay for it. The parents paid for it. So I kind of question whether it was if he might have been a little biased here, but it's a comfortable ride. He seems to like it. And ultimately, that's what's important. If your kid enjoys it and you're able to get outside with your kid in the stroller, that's what's important. And so, all in all, we'd recommend the stroller. If you're interested in checking out what the latest pricing is, you can click on the description. I have a link to Amazon where you can check on the latest pricing. Last I looked, it was about $450. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, and if you want to see little Thomas again, hit that subscribe button, and that way you'll get a notification anytime new content like this comes out. All right, well, thanks a lot.